Hey, bitches, it's me, your fearless leader, Katie motherfucking Boyd. Okay, so I'm hopping on here real quick. I have some work to do, but I wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about the full moon in Aries that is happening tonight. So the first things first, because so many people ask these questions, is if I can't do my full moon rituals on the night of the full moon, can I still do them? And the answer is abso-freaking-lutely yes, okay? So I always tell people that you can do anything with the full moon 3 days before the full moon and 3 days after, because there's a pre and a post shadow energy of the full moon, okay? So that's number one. So 3 days before, 3 days after. So if you can't do anything for the full moon tonight, don't sweat it. Don't worry about it. Mother Moon will still be here helping you let go of all the things that no longer serve your highest, greatest good. So that's number one. Number two is the full moon tonight is in the sign of Aries. Aries is a fire sign. It's so funny because I don't get along with Aries, but Aries are my biggest teachers. They have taught me my biggest lessons. And when I do get along with Aries, it's always because there's other signs that are very opposing that happen in like their moon and their ascending sign. So that kind of balances out that like really hardcore Aries energies. But you know, Aries, they're the ram. Aries like to just like ram through anything. They don't care, like, you know, if you say to an Aries, you know, I don't think that's a really good move for you to make, you know, because I coach women from all across the globe and I do coach some Aries, right? I know, Victoria, you're an Aries, but you're an Aries, but you're not like fully an Aries. I don't know what do you know what your moon sign and ascending sign is? I really want to know that. We can figure that out. There's easy ways to do it. But Aries like are the kind of people that it's like you can say to them, hey, I don't really think this is a good idea. And they will crash through with their big horns. Like they don't care what you say. They're just going to do it on their own terms and they don't care about the repercussions. And that can be really good in a lot of ways because it's very, I don't give a fuck energy and it's very risky. So with big risk, sometimes comes big reward. So in that way, it's good. But on the other flip side, they can do a lot of risky things that can really hurt them. And a lot of the things that they do that are risky can be very self-sabotaging, right? So that's the first thing about Aries. I'm not going to get too much into the signs and stuff because that's not really what my live is about today. My live is about what are the properties of the full moon and what can you all do to take your life to the next level over the next 28 days, okay? So what is this energy of the Hunter moon in Aries this October all about? This is all about overcoming relationship tension, overcoming relationship chaos, overcoming relationship tumultuousness, and overcoming any kind of relationships that drain your precious life force energy, okay? So what I desire for you to do today is just take a step back, you know, give yourself maybe 30 minutes to an hour of try to get into a quiet energy today, and take a step back and say to yourself, okay, I'm going to hold the mirror up to myself. Hello, darling. I'm going to hold myself to an accountability by holding this mirror up to myself and saying, truthfully and honestly, what are the relationships in my life that are really draining my life force energy? What relationships in my life are not serving who I desire to be going forward? What relationships in my life are not helping me be the HBIC, the ambitious woman that I desire to be, right? Where are there some relationships that are off kilter? Like you're giving way more than you're receiving. And I'm not saying coming from a place of selfishness, but in any relationships, especially really good and great relationships, there has to be this even give and take of energy. So if you have friends that call you up on the phone and they just complain about their shitty fucking lives and they don't do shit to fix it, and then when it's time for you to say, well, my life is really actually going well. You know, there's some things that I could be doing better, but like, I feel really good. They're like, oh, the baby's crying, gotta go, click. Like there's no symbiosis. There's no reciprocation. It's just those people just dumping all their shit on you. And when it's time for you to have, you know, your say, or you get on your soapbox, they're like, peace out, right? Or look at your relationships that maybe you're in a higher power than this person. meaning like you're further along in your career, you're further along money-wise, you're further along in your spiritual enlightenment, and you're always trying to pull this person up here so that they can kind of meet you in your vibrational frequency. But guess what? Unfortunately, and this is just the way that relationships work, anytime that you're here and someone's here, and you're trying to pull them without them asking for your help, there is another imbalance of energy. And anytime that there's an imbalance of energy in your relationships like that, there's going to be trouble. Okay, this person is going to hurt you. This person is going to fuck you over. I'm telling you the truth because one of my gifts is I can read energy and I can read people with a blink of an eye. And I'm telling you right now that those relationships are very low vibrational and they're not going to ever serve your highest, greatest good. Okay, so when you look at your relationships, you want to overcome this energy with self-love and self-acceptance. You want to say to yourself, okay, this has been how I've been for the last 15 years with this person, but this doesn't mean that I have to be this way with this person now. You can change your mind about your relationships at any time. It is your prerogative as the head bitch in charge of your ambitious life, okay? So that's the first things first. This is the energies of the Aries full moon. So it's all about relationships and really allowing yourself to look at them from an outside standpoint and say, okay, these relationships are not healthy for me. They're not helping me serve my highest, greatest good. They're definitely not aiding in the place of where I desire to be in my evolution. Okay. The second thing is, what do you do on a full moon? So I joke a lot about this with a lot of my clients. I call it like baby witch shit. Okay. What is baby witch shit? Baby witch shit is when you first start getting on this spiritual path and you start studying like all the ways that you can empower yourself. And people are like, oh, I'm going to charge my crystals in the full moon. Awesome. I'm going to go make moon water and I'm going to charge my water in the moonlight. And then I'm going to use it in baths or rituals, or I'm going to drink it throughout the month or whatever. Or, they might sage their home and they might do all these things. Great, wonderful. Baby witch shit is fun. But if all you're doing is baby witch shit, you're never really going to be the HBIC of your ambitious life. The real shit that you do on these full moons is the shadow work. It's the hard work. It's the deep work. It's the work that helps you heal the most because it's the most uncomfortable. So what I want you to do today is everything I just said. Take a step back, look at your relationships. And then tonight, under the full moon, I want you to write down all of the things and all of the people's relationships that are no longer serving your highest, greatest good. So you take a little piece of paper and you write, Mother Moon, here are the things and the people and the relationships that are no longer serving my highest, greatest good. And then write all the people's names or write the things down that are no longer serving your highest, greatest good. Maybe you are binge eating. Maybe you're not exercising. Maybe you are allowing yourself to be a people pleaser. Maybe you are in a fear spiral. I don't know what you're dealing with and what, who you really are on that level, but this is something that you have to do and be really, really, really honest and truthful with yourself and with the divine, right? And then you read it out loud under the full moon. And then what you do is you take it and then you burn it, okay? So you literally read it out loud and then you take a lighter and you burn it, okay? And you go on with your life. And guess what? The next 28 days, what's going to happen is your whole life is going to change exponentially. You'll start seeing the people that you release during this full moon. They're going to just start they're going to stop calling you so much. They're going to stop texting you so much. They're not going to really be available. They're going to kind of feel the energy that you kind of cut that cord with them. And, like my grandmother always said, sometimes the trash takes itself out on its own. And that's a good thing. Okay. So if you have any questions about anything else that has to do with the Aries full moon that's happening tonight, please feel free to ask away in the comment section. I always come back here and I always answer everyone's questions. If you really want to have the real conversations though, go to the link in my bio to my free Ambitious app on Mighty Networks. That's where the real shit is happening over there. And don't forget that A28P, so our ambitious 28-day protocol, is 100% open for the November sign up. So if you're looking to really change your life in every way, shape, and form, this is the thing for you. Feel free to DM me here also if you have any questions. But in the meantime, happy, happy, happy full moon blessings. And don't forget to stay ambitious. Love you guys.